Welcome back, guys. I'm going to be sharing with you some exercises today to make those knees bulletproof. First things first, we're going to swap out of our tennis shoes and put on some platform shoes or some flat foot shoes. Now, if that's done, if you want to figure out what weightlifting shoe you need or what weightlifting belt you need, go ahead and click the video above. But speaking of belts, some of these exercises, I'm going to recommend you use one. This should help support you and help you keep good form. Now, more than likely, if you click this video, you're here for one or two reasons. One, you want to increase your leg strength or increase your squat, and if so, you can click this video up above here to learn some more exercises to help you increase your squat. And the other reason you probably click this video is because you have a knee injury or had one in the past, or maybe you just have weak knees and you just want to get more stability. So that's where these exercises are going to come in. We're going to start out easy, and then as we progress, the exercises will become more difficult, and you'll definitely have to listen to your body if you want to do the more experienced exercises. And I can't encourage you guys enough to listen to your body. If you feel any pain, stop doing the exercise immediately. Do not push through that pain. Do not keep doing it. Listen to your body, because if you don't, you're going to set yourself back and prolong your recovery time. So with that out of the way, let's get into these easy movements to bulletproof your knees. Starting out with easier exercises, we're going to move into our leg extensions. Here I recommend, especially if you're starting out, to do low weight, high rep range, about 15 to 25 reps at least. I also recommend you implement some static holds and really hold that lockout, keep that time under tension, and really focus on that isometric contraction. This will definitely help strengthen that knee joint. Now, continuing with the easier exercises, we're going to move into calf raises. I'm going to set up for a lockout. I usually put my index finger on the smooth part of the ring, keeping my grip a little bit wide. Now I'm going to center myself under the bar, unrack it. After I walk it out, and keep my feet close together, and I'm going to be shifting the weight to the front of my feet and standing on my tiptoes and lifting this weight up. This will not only build up your calves, but it's also going to help build stability. We can do lightweight here, especially for a beginner, but usually you can go pretty heavy on calf raises because the range of motion is pretty small. So to continue with easier exercises, we're going to move into wall sits or wall squats. We're basically going to get into a squat stance. Notice how my feet are at least shoulder width apart. With this movement, we're going to focus on the isometric contraction, and this means this exercise is really going to play in that time under tension. And if you feel any discomfort or pain, or you feel like you're not ready to go for a full squat yet, do about a quarter or half of the range of motion you normally would do with a full squat. All right, let's move away from the easy exercises, go into more advanced exercises. So we're going to be doing step ups on bench here. We're going to grab some dumbbells, start out very light and work our way into it. And I recommend you exercise caution with this movement. We don't want to be going too fast and catch our shin or catch our foot on the bench or the box we're using. And for that same reason, we don't want to go to failure. So keep 1 or 2 reps in the tank at least on this movement. And for this movement, I also recommend you use dumbbells, because if anything goes wrong or you do catch your foot, you can drop them out by your side and catch yourself. If you have a barbell, if you've done any martial arts, you know wherever the head goes, the body follows. And so we don't want to have a barbell or weight that's at a high position that if you did catch your foot and started falling, you couldn't catch yourself, and the chance of injury significantly increases by having those weights going to come down on your head and on your neck. So I strongly advise you not to use a barbell with this movement. So moving into the next exercise, which is going to be our kettlebell squats. A common mistake I see is people will try to grab the weight and bend their elbows, trying to pick the weight up with your arms. Your hands are hooks. You're hooking onto the weight. Your elbows should not be bending, and your arms should be in a locked out position. So to begin, we're going to put the kettlebell in between our legs. We're going to stand over it in squat position. We're going to then squat down, grab a hold of the weight, sit back, ensure that our back is straight, and then we're going to drive through our legs and stand up. And towards the top of the squat, be sure you're engaging your glutes and your hips as you lock it out. So for the next exercise, we're going to be doing some lunges with dumbbells. This is really going to help build up the muscles around the knee as well as your legs. We're going to start in a narrow stance. We're going to then lunge out with 1 foot, and then we're going to kind of squat down. Be sure we're not letting that back knee flare outward. Everything should be facing frontward. If you're feeling any pain or discomfort, or just feel like you're not ready to go for a full deep lunge, you do not have to drop that back knee all the way to the ground. You can do a quarter lunge. If you feel like going for a more advanced form of lunge, I recommend utilizing the barbell. So for this, I'm grabbing the bar the same I did for the calf raise and the same I'll do for my squat. And that's going to be placing my index on that ring, keeping a kind of wider grip with my hands, positioning myself underneath the weight. We're then going to unrack the weight, stand in a narrow position, lunge outward with 1 foot, and we're going to kind of squat down or perform a lunge. I recommend whatever rack you're using that you have safeties, and that way if something does go wrong or you feel like you need to drop the weight off your back, you can. So now moving into squats, we're going to grab the bar the same way, keeping our grip a little wide, position ourselves underneath the bar,
unrack and walk the weight out. We're going to ensure that our width is at least shoulder width, and we're going to squat. Here you can see that I've worked on my knees and my legs enough where I'm able to squat 315 and 405 for some reps. However, if you're new to this, you should be in a range where you can comfortably get 5 to 10 reps, leaving some in the tank. Do not try to find out how heavy you can go or PR on squat if you've never squatted before. You need to really practice with a lower weight and perfect that form before we start moving up in weight. If you want to figure out how to squat properly, you can click this video up above. And I also recommend, if you can, go ahead and squat parallel. And I would even say ass to grass below parallel. And if done properly and with good form, that's going to give you a good deep stretch. It's going to help build up those knees and build up that strength, especially out of the hole on squat. I hope this video is informational for you guys. If you guys got any other exercises to recommend to build up that knee strength, let me know in the comments down below. I hope you guys have a good morning and a good night when you're watching this, and I'll see you in the next one.